ahead and close your eyes and soften your gaze. If you don't feel comfortable closing your eyes, you can be seated or laying down. Either one's fine. And we'll start just by taking some deep breaths in through the nose and then out through the nose or mouth. Go ahead and let your breathing slow. Letting your inhales get longer and slower and fuller. Filling up your body and lungs with air. And your exhales also slow and long. Allowing yourself to exhale all the air out of your lungs, out of your body. If there's any tension in the body, noticing that as you breathe, with every exhale, inviting that tension to release, relax. Maybe every exhale feeling the body get heavier and heavier, sinking deeper and deeper into the surface below you that's supporting you and holding you up. So today is all about balance. This season is all about balance. It's Libra season. We just started Libra season. And the equinox is also all about balance. It's the longest, it's the balance of day and night. And they're at the same length. I'm just curious, before we dive deeper, where do you feel out of balance, maybe just in your body right now? Do you feel it on one side versus the other? Do you feel it in your inhale versus your exhale? Do you feel it like more energy in the mind with the thoughts, overthinking? Do you feel more centered in the body? And then even balance with your own doing and being energy, trying to move away from masculine, feminine. Are you doing more than you're being? Are you being more than you're doing? And it's okay to feel out of balance. I think when we hear these things about balance, we can feel like shame because we're doing it wrong, or, oh no, now I have to be in balance. We feel that urgency to fix ourselves and fix our lives, and it's just, life isn't perfectly balanced. Continue breathing deeply in through the nose, feeling the body fill with air, and then out through the nose or mouth. Again, noticing on every exhale, feeling your body sink into the surface below you, getting heavier and heavier and more relaxed. And I'll start to ask you perhaps to close your eyes if they are not closed already, if that feels comfortable. We're going to move into some more visualization-y work. So just starting at your own safe place. This could be an outdoor space that you really love or that you have always wanted to be in. Or it could be a place or a home that you've been to before. start to notice this safe place as your grounding space, noticing what's around you, the smells around you, the tiny details of things that you can see, perhaps things that you can hear in this space. And if it's in your practice to work with any angels or guides, any other spirits or deities, this is a time where you could invite them in to be with you in this safe space. Sometimes I just imagine my dog. And if at any time I invite you to visualize something that you don't feel comfortable with, or you try to visualize it and it just doesn't feel right to you, listen to yourself more than me. Honor your body's cues and your instincts. I'd like to now invite you to imagine yourself at this top of a staircase. Whatever visual you get for a staircase is perfect. You're at the top of this staircase and you're looking below. You can see the stairs perhaps winding down until you can't see them anymore. And there's a safe guardrail next to the stairs that you can hold on to. As you maybe take a nice deep breath in, go ahead and start to make your descent down the staircase, one foot after another, trying as best as you can to really feel every single footstep. The farther you go down the staircase, the more relaxed you become, the more open you become. The more centered and grounded you become. And you're nearing the end of the staircase, feeling hopefully more relaxed, more deeply open. And you have about 10 more steps left. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're at the bottom of the staircase. You find yourself perhaps in a clearing. If you have any other instinctual surroundings, that works too. In front of you, you see a full-length mirror. So noticing every footstep. Breathing deeply, you walk up to that mirror. And on the other side of that mirror, there is a version of yourself that's looking back at you. Go ahead and pick a version or call to your mind's eye a version of you that feels safe to work with and interact with. So one that maybe has emotions around it, but not one that's going to re-trigger you or re-traumatize you at this time. Just notice what's coming up in your body as you look into this mirror, look into the eyes that are yours, but a different part of you. This could be an anxious self, an angry self, a teen self, an inner child, but only if that feels safe and comfortable for you. And notice any of those emotions stirring as you look at them. And so this part of you came to you for a reason. And just as a note, if you're not seeing anything or feeling anything, that's normal, that's okay. This takes a lot of practice. If you do see someone staring back at you, why do you think they are the ones coming to you? Why do you think your mind picked them? And I'll invite you not to go into intense questioning mode. You don't have to analyze this. Just curious. I wonder why they're there for me. Or maybe you know exactly why they're there for you. And perhaps you sit in front of the mirror or you keep standing. Go ahead and take some time and invite this version of you to tell you what they need from you. If you're having a hard time connecting, sometimes all these parts want is just to be recognized and just to be acknowledged. Taking a few more moments here to breathe. And I'll imagine you to not switch places with them necessarily, but switch places. Imagine that you're that version looking at the current version of you in the mirror. So this anxious self, or angry self, or nervous self, or whatever, is looking at the current version of you. And they see you now, and all of your adulthood, and all of your maturity, and all of the work that you've put in. As you breathe deeply, go ahead and notice what comes in your body or what shows up for you as you look at this version of yourself. Maybe pride or awe or surprise. Maybe not. Taking a nice deep breath in and imagine yourself back in your present form. The current version of you, with all the feelings and all the thoughts that are totally valid and understandable. And I'll invite you to turn around. There's another full-length mirror behind you. And what you see back in this is what some people might call your higher self, your most mature self, your capital S self in IFS, a wise version of yourself. Just notice what they look like, what they're wearing, how they're holding themselves, what their eyes look like. And notice if you have any of that awe or surprise or admiration that maybe you felt earlier. And this version of ourselves does exist. It is attainable for you. And also, there's nothing wrong with the way that you are right now. Your higher self has this wisdom, this maturity, this centeredness and groundedness. But there's nothing wrong with the way that you are in this moment too. There's nothing wrong with feeling the ups and downs of human emotion, of feeling out of balance like we explored earlier. That's why I don't always love the term higher self, but I think that puts the message across. And then go ahead in this moment, invite them to tell you maybe something you need to hear, insight that you need to have, clarity or guidance that you need. Take a few moments here to keep breathing and wrap up this interaction with this higher self, wise version of you. And start to come back to your body, how you feel. Noticing any emotions that arose for you in this practice. Notice any tension or ease or both in your body. And perhaps you place a hand on the heart, or a hand on the belly if that feels good and comfortable. Maybe going back to that inquiry of what feels out of balance in your body or in your life. And if you know where there's that imbalance, just like you did with those different parts of yourself, how can you ask what that part of you needs, what that imbalance needs to feel nourished and safe and integrated? If it feels safe to do so, really pressing that palm into your chest, feeling that firmness and that slight pressure of support, being held. And sometimes we're just out of balance. Life isn't always balanced, like we said earlier. But perhaps here, with your hand on your heart, can you set an intention of how you'd like to bring just a little bit more balance, or how you'd like to take care of yourself in this time of imbalance. And I'll invite you to go back to the staircase when you're ready. Starting now at the bottom of the staircase, looking up. And as you climb up the staircase slowly, maybe using your banister, your handrail for support, you're not leaving behind these versions of you. But you are kind of leaving them here, leaving them behind you. You can always come back to visit as you climb the stairs, imagining that you're feeling a little lighter, easier, maybe a little more in balance. And you're nearing the top of the staircase, almost coming back to your safe place that you established in the beginning. Once you're at the top of the staircase, finding a nice comfy place to sit or lie down in your clearing or your space. And doing anything that feels comforting or nurturing here, placing a hand back on the body somewhere, doing any breath exercises that feel grounding, perhaps imagining any of those ancestors, guides, angels, animals that you called in before, imagining them sitting with you, if that's in your practice. And the last visualization I'll ask us to do is to imagine something that we're really grateful, or bring to mind someone or something that we're really grateful for. And if possible, imagining this person, imagining this event or situation or place as if you're there, if it's happening to you, as if they're there in front of you. I invite you to bring your breath more to your chest for this. Maybe igniting that energy of the heart, that energy of gratitude and abundance in the heart as you breathe in and out. And maybe letting that gratitude and that love wash over your body if you feel called to that. Spreading through your limbs and down your torso and through your legs. And then I'll invite you to say your thank yous. Give your gratitude to this space for holding you and supporting you. For any entities or spirits that showed up for you, thanking them in gratitude as well. Courage for showing up for yourself. Maybe giving yourself a hug if that feels safe or not too cheesy. And I'll invite you to kind of let that safe space drift away from your mind's eye. And starting to become more aware of the space around you physically. the air on your skin, the clothes on your skin. Maybe like moving the fingertips together, wiggling the toes. And then really slowly, whenever you're ready, opening the eyes. Yay, thank you for going on that journey with me. That wasn't scripted. I don't know if you could tell. But I got really emotional as I focused on my heart. So I don't know if that's something I need to think about or look into, or if maybe I was picking up on anyone here's heart energy, but it was really beautiful. And I would like to end, you're welcome, thank you for being here. I'm going to end by pulling an oracle card. I'm going to grab my deck. It's Woodland Wardens, my favorite one. It's so fall-y and cozy. I thought I had to pull a card for everyone. Had to, aka an excuse. Excuse to pull a card. So as I'm pulling the card, I'm thinking of people who are in the little IG room, people who are watching this later, or listening to this later. For myself, yes, these two came out. So, oh, balance. Okay, I get it. That's how I feel sometimes. The dragonfly and the pansy, about balance. And then the other card was preparation, the squirrel and the chestnut. I'm going to read it from the book too. This is by Jessica Rue. Okay, so preparation, starting with that. It was upright. They were both upright. Let's see. I feel like it's so fitting. You have prepared well and can expect to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Your resourcefulness and foresight will be rewarded. And that just reminds me of the harvest metaphor that we often use for the fall equinox and for Mabon. Like kind of reaping what you've sown and giving gratitude for the literal harvest maybe, but also like the harvest of your life and of the hard work that you've put in. So this feels really sweet to me that like you have done well and you do have all your resources that you need. And if going into this dark part of the year is challenging for you, maybe it's an invitation like, you got this, you do have the resources you need, you're doing okay, and you're going to be okay this season. And if that is the case, I made a free workbook in the links in my bio. It's just a Google Drive link, kind of how to make like a self-care plan, a safety plan for if this season can be kind of hard. Because I make one every year. Because this season, as much as I love it, I know the squirrel is so cute. Oh, as much as I love this season, it can be challenging. And then balance, so beautiful. Like a dragonfly hovering above water, you are healthy and confident. Your physical skill is matched by your mental and emotional strength. For me, this also is like a call to balance and a call to focus on balance. So how are your mental processes kind of balancing out the emotional, and how are you in your mind? How are you in your body? Yeah, just finding that balance wherever feels good for you. Yay! Thanks for letting me draw not one, but two cards. I hope you enjoyed this. Fall Flow is tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. It's online and it's sliding scale. Only $5 to $10. Pay whatever you like. And if that's an issue too, I'm happy to work with you. And then lastly, thank you. There is a free new moon circle on Sunday, the 25th at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And that is for free. So if you want the Zoom link for that free new moon circle, please let me know. Me and my co-host, Nature Tarot, would love to see you. So yeah, let me know. And thank you so much for staying with me this whole time. I hope you have a wonderful fall equinox. And close your eyes.